So I'm back. So we got to talk about my boy 50 Cent and one of my favorite rappers, old favorite rappers when 50 Cent came out. I was a huge 50 Cent and G Unit fan, but over the years, I don't think it's nobody in history I've been as big a fan of, and then I just grew to just like not be a fan at all. I still respect 50. I still get 50. I still always get 50 sympathy because of his story of his not having a mom and dad. Like I said, that's anybody. We already know how detrimental it is not to have a father, like a lot of us unfortunately have in the Black community, but not to have a mom too. Then not to have no siblings either. Like 50 Cent, the only child. Like it's like really like you could see the loneliness, and then him not really having a bond with anybody. His first son not having a bond with. So I get kind of why 50 Cent is the way that he is, but you know, you got to grow up sometime. You got to be mature because 50 Cent is smart. Like we all know, like 50 Cent is not a dummy. So, like 50, he know what he be doing. So, got to talk about the obvious. His baby mama sex tape came out a couple days, like 2 days ago. And it's the talk of discussion. 50 Cent spoke on it. She spoke on it. So now I'm about to, I guess, speak on it. So, well, getting into the title, has 50 Cent taken more L's than anybody in hip hop history? And it's sad to say, but he's definitely up there. I was trying to think of some people, like I know you could say like maybe a Soldier Boy or Bow Wow, but like like they kind of don't count. Like we talking about actual, like people who have respected hip hop. And quickly, because I know a lot of 50 Cent fans, like I said, I used to be a huge one, but I can't deny all of the L's. And this is an L. A lot of people don't feel like this is an L, his baby mama getting slugged out. But to me, it is. And I'll get to it in a minute. So, a quick recap, and this is off the top of my head, it might be more of, all of the L's that 50 Cent unfortunately took in over the years. It really started first well, debatable if he took an L with Game. That beef would kind of but in terms of like bars, some people feel like 300 bars was the best diss. A lot of people feel like he lost to Jadakiss. Jadakiss did kill him with Checkmate, and then I'm an Animal. He definitely had better songs. So it's questionable if he lost them beefs to the Game and Jadakiss. Then his first real official loss was to Kanye. We know with the graduation versus was it Before I Self-Destruct, I think it's called. When he had said he was gonna retire, Kanye sold more than him. It was still good marketing because both albums sold tremendously and did good, but we know that Kanye obviously won and 50 Cent didn't retire and release albums after that. Then getting into it, I always say this. To me, he lost the 50 Cent, I mean, not the Rick Ross beef, one of the biggest ones ever. He did wound Rick Ross. The correctional officer have been a permanent stain on Rick Ross' career. And I feel like that's why Rick Ross still hate 50 Cent to this day. Like, like them is two people who never gonna make up. Like how 50 Cent and Fat Joe made up. Like Rick Ross and 50 Cent never gonna make up because 50 Cent did damage Rick Ross' reputation. That correctional officer, that still does stick to Rick Ross. It's still like a a chink in his armor for real. But the reason why I say that he won is because he did get bigger and have his best albums and sell the most records and got rich after that. So it's like, did he really lose? Because 50 Cent himself said his objective was to ruin his career like he did Ja Rule. And he didn't do that. He didn't accomplish that. The same thing I kind of feel with the Kendrick and Drake beef. And that's why I said that even with the Nas and Jay-Z to a certain degree, like you can win the battle but lose the war. Like, and that's kind of what it is because if the objective was to end their career, which Kendrick was obviously trying to do, which 50 Cent was obviously trying to do to Rick Ross, and you didn't succeed, then you kind of lost. So, because right after that, Rick Ross dropped Teflon Don, a classic album or a near classic, a very great album, Bare Minimum. I love that album. Then God Forgives, I don't think it was his highest selling album, sold a lot of records. Then we know Rick Ross continued to remain relevant, known for being rich and all of this type of stuff. So 50 Cent didn't really destroy his career for real. Rick Ross actually got bigger from it. That's why I say 50 Cent lost that for real. And then Rick Ross, they've been going back and forth with each other. Rick Ross have clowned 50 Cent in certain instances, so it's been kind of a back and forth. And then I feel like Mafia Music is a great diss, even though it's not really a diss, because I only count disses where you mention a person's name. I don't really do subliminals as diss, but we know he was talking about 50 Cent in that. But so yeah, so then what else? We know that 50 Cent took a loss because he used, I think it was Rick Ross' baby mama who sued him. He had to file for bankruptcy. Even though he obviously recovered from it, he still had to. He lost the beef. I think it was to Interscope and Dr. Dre, because I remember he tried to make his own headphones to compete with Beats, and that didn't work. But everybody take L. You're not gonna win it all. Like we know, 50 Cent had his wins, like the Vitamin Water, Get Rich or Die Trying, and selling all the records. Like I get people still take L's. Everybody that took an L. Nas then took an L. Eminem. You can even say to a certain degree, Tupac took an L. Like everybody take L. So it's not like I'm acting like 50 Cent, not you all of these things. Like my whole point is that it's the accumulation of all of these things. Now, if it was one or two things, then no, I wouldn't be saying nothing. But it's like that's why I said the most of hip hop history, because what I didn't name like three, four things already, and I'm not even done yet. So what if you count the beats and all that? I didn't name like six things. So it's like, we getting up to close to 10 things, 10 L's 50 Cent then took. Next, so you had the beefs and all of that. Then you had 50 Cent. To me, I don't know if you this is 50-50 on the L, but to me, because this is why I started being a 50 Cent fan. It's because his beef with the G Unit members like Lloyd Banks and Young Buck and everything. Like that's why I was with 50 Cent when he first came out, going at Ja Rule and beefing with everybody. But then this got to a point to like, damn, you really beef with everybody. Like I get having disputes and not clicking, but how do you beef with everybody, even your own crew? When he started beefing with Young Buck and Lloyd Banks, I'm like, okay, 50 Cent, you got a problem. Like something is wrong with you. Like how you beefing with your own group? Like, and it just goes to show, like, you can't be cool with nobody. Like, everybody you fall out with, like, it's just crazy. And then, like, people been saying, the only reason I really believe that him and Yayo is still cool is because Yayo see the benefit of it. And because 50 Cent, I'll never forget in the interview, 50 Cent, somebody asked him, or he was basically explaining why him and Yayo is still cool. And 50 Cent, like, every time I try to get rid of him, he comes back. Like, he always there. Like, he just always there. So, and to me, that was kind of messed up to say about Yayo for real. But, 50 Cent basically saying, like, he tried to get rid of, like, he didn't argue with Yayo. He tried to, like, get rid of him, but Yayo just keep on coming back. Like, so that, don't even get into that point. So, it's just like, how do you beef with everybody? How do you not have no friends? Like, at some point, obviously, you the problem. You can't keep no relationship. Remember, he was with that, I think her name was Cuban Lust or something like that. She was a good looking fitness chick. Like, we know 50 Cent that had a couple relationships, like, can never make it work for real. Obviously, now getting into the most recent L with this baby mama. Like that is an L. Like, I'm just talking about in another video, like, dude, like, the reason why it's the L for 50 Cent, because a lot of people been arguing with me, oh, it ain't no L, whatever a female do after you, and you can't control that, and that don't got nothing to do with you. I'm like, yeah, if that's just your ex, yeah, but to me, the only times that a man can't deny that what a female does affect them is when it's your wife or your baby mama. Even if your girlfriend, it affects you, but you could just break up with her and just take your L. But when it's your wife or baby mama, you attached to her. You have to hold that L, because especially if it's your wife, because she got your last name, that's yours. Then it ended up becoming the situation like with Tupac. That's why I fucked your bitch. Like, you got to go through a divorce. If y'all married 9 times, she is your baby mama. Y'all got kids. So it's like, it's hard for you to try to wiggle out of that L. The same for a baby mama. It's like, if that's your kid's mother, because that's why I said, this is why I said the L for 50 is because your kid got to grow up seeing this. And that was actually 50 Cent response to this, funny enough, that he talking about some, I think his son named Messiah, I think, talking about he got to go to middle school or go to school and know that his mom got a video or something. He said basically his son got to go to school and get teased and he should be taken out of school. But LA schools, I guess his son live in LA, they making him go to school. So, the perfect example, 50 Cent see exactly what I see. Your son, we know how kids is being teased. Like dude seeing your mom, and that's why I'm so happy that my mom grew up before it was video phones and recording and all of that. Cause like I always like to say, yo, mom, a lot of reason why black men is violent and dudes be violent is because they moms was hoes. And don't nobody ever want to talk about this. I'm actually gonna make a separate video about this. Like the anger of watching your mama get slutted out and being with multiple men as you a kid, you see multiple men coming out the house and as you get older, see when you young, and this is what women think is that, oh, he's young, he don't understand what's going on, he don't know what he's doing, and I mean, he don't know what's going on, and he just a kid. But when the kid get older, they can put two and two together. 'Cause that happened to me in a lot of situations, stuff that happened to me when I was a kid, and I didn't understand it. But when I got older, I'm like, oh, that's what was going on. Like when your kid get older and start realizing, dang, my mom had a male friend named James, a male friend named Chris, a male friend named Michael, a male friend named Therese, like all of these male friends, and then you start to think like, dang, my mama never was married. My mama, like you start realizing that, and dudes do this, like especially males, like you end up realizing like, damn, my mama was a hoe for real, and that anger started to really build up inside you for real because it's an L for real because it's your mama, and because we already know about the mama jokes. Everybody love their mama and sensitive about their mama, so it's hard when you got somebody talking about slutting out your mama, and then people can go on the internet and see news of your mama. Like that's kind of messed up because I feel like as a child you should never have to see your mama naked like that. Like that's crazy. So 50 Cent had to hold the L because this is why I say too is that 50 Cent knew she was a 304 before he got with her because who is she? What did she do? From what I remember, she was just a regular IG model. Like, so you had to know, like, it's not like 50 Cent got with a church girl um or a low-key lawyer or doctor or something like that that was low key, and then this ended up happening. No, you got with somebody that you knew was for sale. And that's why that 50 Cent have a baby by me billion be a millionaire. We know that she's a gold digger. It's obvious. She knows that she looks attractive and she using that to her advantage. And she even did that with 50 Cent. So it's like you gotta hold your L because you had a kid by a known 304. And I know 50 Cent's thinking, and I said this, is that he seen that she was attractive and got good genes and everything. So he's like, oh, I can have a kid with her and she got good genes, but you forgot to separate the looks from the personality. And the personality matters too. So that's just an L that 50 Cent really got to take for real, because you should have known better. Now your son have to deal with this. And then his son is, I think he's sitting in middle school, so he probably was 10 to 13. So he knows, like, you old enough at 10 to 12, I was watching porn and I knew what sex was. So his son is old enough to definitely know what's going on. He probably not going to be able to process it more until you get like 16, 18, and he start having sex himself and dealing with women. But, the sex tape ain't going nowhere. And let me end it on the sex tape, my thoughts on the sex tape, because I did skim through it for research purposes. So let me say these three things. One, Diddy, Diddy is as gay as to get without actually having intercourse with a man, because we don't know for sure if he had intercourse with a man or slept with a man or not. But we definitely know that he has gay thoughts, because like they said in the video, he had the camera on the dude more than he had it on her. And that's why I kind of stopped watching it, because I'm like, yeah, like you like watch the camera on the dude, because it was like shots where the camera was on the dude but not on her. So it's like, yeah, no. Like, like Diddy, and then just to be that close, like, yeah, Diddy definitely got gay thoughts. If he haven't, because you can't technically call somebody I don't know. This is always debatable because technically you're not supposed to be able to call somebody gay unless they actually have intercourse with the man. But in certain situations where a lot of people feel like if you say gay things or have gay thoughts, you still can be gay. So I guess that's kind of the gray area, but Diddy definitely in that area. Diddy definitely like have gay thoughts and like me. And I think the only problem is that Diddy might just be too scared to go all the way with it. That might be the only thing is that because his reputation and everything. Because Diddy's still from the old school, so I think that Diddy wants to be gay, but maybe he was too scared because of getting exposed and everything like that. So, but he is definitely he gay adjacent. I guess we'd go with that. So second, oh, I already talked on this. My second point from the video is that 50 Cent, you gotta hold this L. Like, yo, you like, she was straight getting slutted out. You could tell it was a little bit fake, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. And then third, what nobody been talking about really is who leaked this. It's funny that this all of a sudden getting leaked. And then I think I ain't gonna lie, cause I just seen the Vlad TV interview, cause he the one that interviewed the dude in the video. I think his name's Skyler. Cause remember this was like last year when he interviewed with Vlad, and then he showed Vlad the video that was on his phone because Diddy recorded using his phone, and the last said he already seen this video. So the video was on this dude's phone. So the only way it could be leaked is if he leaked it or somebody hacked his phone or stole his phone, which we know is rare. Anytime somebody say my phone got stolen or hacked, we know 9 times out of 10 that's a lie. But it's still that 1%, that 1 out of 10 chance that is possible. But I believe he leaked this himself for publicity, and maybe he got paid because maybe a porn website or whatever site that this was on paid him to give it to him and they released it. But with this being the same video that was on his phone, because at first I was thinking this was one of the tapes that remember when they raided Diddy house and they stole all the tapes. I was thinking maybe the government or whoever leaked it, but after we see that this is the tape that was on his phone, it had to have come from his phone. So I'm thinking he probably the one that leaked it for real. Unless he had a girl go through his phone and steal it. Like I said, it's a 1 out of 10 chance that something like that happened, but more than likely, he probably the one that leaked it. So it is what it is. Diddy, you gonna have to come see him when you get out of prison. You're gonna have to come and see him. So that's my thoughts. The moral of the story is stop turning a hoe into a housewife, and I'm out.